Faraday's Mirror, Chapter 11, Through the Looking Glass. The bar guest growled again, clearly scanning the room for signs of Poindexter. "There's a knife and a hatchet in my scout bag," Byron whispered. "With my arm, I'm no good. I'll make a break for the hall. You come out through your room and surprise it." Cole clearly wanted to protest, but just nodded instead. Without warning, Byron faked right and then went left. At his motion, the bar guest twisted its head, opened its jaws, and belched forth a spout of liquid fire. It missed by centimeters, dousing the bed. The sheets erupted in flames. Byron reached the door, wrenched it open, and burst out into the hall, the bar guest in pursuit. Cole bent, scooped up Byron's frame backpack, and sprinted through the bathroom and into his room, fumbling with the snaps to release the hatchet. Byron pounded down the hall toward the stairs. A jet of liquid flame splashed against the wall beside him, dribbling down toward the carpet. A particle hit him in the shoulder, singeing a round black hole in his t-shirt and burning his skin. The bar guest howled. The chilling sound reverberated from the hallway walls. Then the smoke alarm activated, an ear-splitting shrill shriek. The bar guest shrunk back momentarily at the sound, then gathered itself and sprang, landing on Byron's back and knocking him prone, his face shoved into the carpet. Pain shot up his arm from the break and down from the claws scratching at his shoulders. But more barking could already be heard now, this coming from downstairs. Harold charged up the stairs and into the hallway, bowling the bar guest over. The two dogs fought fiercely, growling, barking, circling, and biting. Their jaws snapped in anger and saliva flew, the bar guest sizzling into steam as it made contact with the walls. Byron backed away and Cole burst out of his room into the hallway, a hatchet in his right hand and the inverted knife in his left. Harold, slightly larger than the bar guest, caught his adversary by the throat and began to shake it, tearing the flesh. In retaliation, the bar guest shot out a gout of fire. Because Harold throttled it, the flames spewed across the whole hall, igniting the ceiling and both walls, arching down and setting Harold's fur alight. The German shepherd whimpered, surprised. Harold released the bar guest and retreated in obvious pain, rolling to put out the flames, but only spreading them further. Byron ran to grab a towel from the closet to put out his dog's fur. The upstairs, now clouded with visible smoke. The bar guest stood and shook, drips of molten blood spraying from its wounds. Cole, not waiting for the creature to make the first move, launched himself at it. It dodged the hatchet, but in so doing, plunged itself onto the knife. It whimpered, lunging the other way. Cole kicked it in the ribs, knocking it against the wall. With a violent effort, he brought the hatchet down square on its glowing red eye. 2 more stabs of the knife finished the thing. Looking down at his handiwork, Cole felt equal parts horrified and proud, but the feeling didn't last long. Blood poured out of the creature's wounds. More like molten lava than any other substance, the blood immediately incinerated the carpet and torched the walls, dripping down like acid through the floor and into the next story. A wall of flame erupted between them and the only staircase, and the floor around the corpse caved in, making it impossible to jump. Byron finished patting out the fire on Harold, then grabbed at his brother's arm. "We have to get out of here," he coughed, screaming to be heard over the blaring smoke detector and the crackling flames. Their father stood on the stairs now, his arms held up to shield him from the flames. "Come on," he shouted, gesturing emphatically toward the stairs and squinting through the smoke. "Now!" We'll never make it," Cole returned, shaking his head. "I'll get him out, Dad, I promise." He and Byron retreated into his room and closed the door. "Let's jump out the window," Cole said, but realized the bulky air conditioner was still screwed in place, so he turned toward Byron's room. It blazed with an impassable inferno. Flames were everywhere. The door to the hallway began to burn. Real fire blackening and curling the printed fire on the Saturn V poster. Smoke clouded their vision and their eyes watered. "We'll die here," Byron coughed. "Let's go through the mirror." "It'll burn up. We won't come back," Cole replied, all color draining from his smoke-stained face. "Better that than death," Byron concluded. "And we gotta go now. The electricity won't hold up." He ran to Cole's closet, grabbed a handful of sweatshirts and jeans, threw them over his cast, then he clutched up a pair of sneakers and sandals and ran for the bathroom. Cole shouldered the backpack, grabbed a water bottle from his desk, and followed. The two lunged through the portal, followed by their loyal dog. 4 seconds later, the power cut off to the room, the portal went dark, and 1 minute after that, flames engulfed the area. The sirens of the Plymouth fire trucks rolling up the hill outside could be heard over the crackle of the flames and the weakening whine of the melting smoke detector. But there was no one there to notice.